Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I want to welcome you on this Monday morning after Thanksgiving to Panhandle Outdoors. We're glad you're here. I know everyone had a great time over the Thanksgiving holidays. It's a special time always to get with the family, and all of us eat too much now. We've got to go on a diet for about a week or two, but it's great to have you back, and we've got all kinds of stuff coming up this week and a good program each day. So let's get started with the weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Highway 77. Looking at a high today of 68 and a low of actually all the way down to 48, a 20-degree swing right there. Good seasonal weather, looks good. Water temperature is at 68 degrees. And the moon phase on Monday brought to us by Sand Hill Seafood. We're right there at a half a moon, and we got one a waxing situation. So this is the last week of November, headed into December, and I'm not going to tell you how many days are left before Christmas, but I'm going to let you figure it out yourself, but it ain't many, okay? Looking at our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, we're looking at a really good situation here. This past weekend, a really good situation. We got today's a good tide on the 27th. Next couple of days is going to be neap tides. We have a low tide at 11:27, right in the middle of the day, 11:27 a.m., and a high at 8:40 tonight. So we're looking at, when I say a good situation, we've got an incoming tide coming in the afternoon, so that's going to help a lot. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at some of our pictures, and we'll have a lot more tomorrow, but let's go and get some of these started. This is at just outside of Sea Quarters Marina. Captain Kim sent these in, and there was some really, through Thanksgiving, some really good fishing around the Sea Quarters Marina area. Again, that's right up the Carabel River. What a great picture there. Thank you, Captain Kim, for sharing those with us. Real beautiful there. Got an email from David Gilmore. Hey, Coach, do you know anyone that can repair old wooden boats? I know you're into old vintage boats. I am not sure of the brand, but it is a 14-foot V-hull plywood with some rot up front on the skin only. No damage to the stringers or ribs. Thanks for any info you can give. So if any of y'all out there knows somebody who can do some boat repair, get a hold of me or either David Gilmore, and he'd like to get it fixed. It's getting harder to find wooden boat guys that can fix them. Okay, Remington Stotler, flounder gigging, but sheephead, a lot of sheephead out there now. In fact, I'd almost say there's more sheephead than flounder. Remington Stotler, a good one. John Brock at East Bay Saturday afternoon. He loves fishing. Enjoyed the wild game feast at Highland Park Baptist. Here he is here. Good job, John Brock. Okay, Michael Harris sent, I'm going to have to read this later. It's pretty long on how to handle hunting dogs when you find them in the woods and all, but we'll go over that later. Jim Redfern. Jim Redfern is the guy you can blame for having me in Bay County. He hired me as a young coach. But another story I have to tell you about how I got hired by Jim Redfern. Nice buck up there. Jim is now right at 82 years old, good, healthy, loves the outdoors, loves to hunt, and really a man I really do admire. Coach Redfern. Okay, and flounder season still open. Don't forget it's got to be 12 inches. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You know, we're talking about technology, how it changes in the outdoors. It's fascinating. We were recently up in Tennessee to visit Wendy and Walter and the kids and all. Walter found them a nice tree blind ground stand on sale. But I just started looking at it, just fascinating how they're developed now. This is a really nice one, high-end one, and so we videoed how they put it together, and it really was fascinating to me. He got it for 30% off. A good time of year to buy those kind of things because they're sort of closing out on them. But this is sort of the high end of the ground blinds and all. I'm just fascinated with it. So Walter and Mason started putting it together. So let me film this because that's interesting on how simple it is to put together, and yet that's going to last for years. How comfortable and weatherproof it is. And I don't know about if you followed my grandkids over the year, but Mason helps. First thing I noticed about him, about how much he's grown up. And I can remember old timers when I was in my growing spurts, they'd always tell me when I go to family reunion, son, you growing like a weed. And to them, a weed, grew real fast in their garden. So I would say that same thing about my grandson Mason. So we had a good visit up there and all. And this is one of the things we did. So how to put together a high-end ground blind. So let's roll this, Jeff. Mason, tell me, what did we have right here, buddy?
It's just a box stand called the Edge. It's really easy to put together. All you have to do is put together some wing nuts, light. All you have to do is either strap it down or just brace it a little bit. Scent proof. It's comfortable. Got carpet in it and stuff.
Oh, so you already put one together.
Right.
Okay.
We've got one down in the bottom.
And made in USA.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're constructing a deer blind. Walter Mason, tell us about what we got here.
All right, we've got a deer blind that we got at a local outdoor store. It was on sale, probably 30% off. So Mason and I couldn't resist the deal. We're finding that hunting our farm here, there's so much bedding area that you'll see here in a little while that it's really hard to know where the deer are coming from, and the only way to combat that with wind is to try and enclose your wind, and so we're doing that in this shooting house. This will be just sitting on the ground. We can build a stand for it, but just takes a little while to set up. It's pretty neat.
All right. This little wing nut?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. And don't lock yourself in there, Mason. You won't be able to get out. Mason, how you gonna get out? Wow. You can't see, there's a turkey way up there on top. There it goes. They're running. See?
Get them out. So the inside of these panels has screw holes where you can screw it to a wooden platform, but since we're putting it on a wooden platform just to give it some level and stability under the wooden floor. But we're gonna have to stake it to actually keep it from blowing over. Tomorrow it's gonna be real cold. It'll be cold in the 40s or 50s, but it's planning on being a 25-mile-an-hour wind and storm. So we don't want to come out and see the blind in the woods broken. It's also got tinted windows. These have the protective film on them still. But the tinted windows are really nice. Sun, late afternoon, sunset beaming right in your face. And you just silently pull it down and take care of what you need to do.
Cool. There's some more turkey way on top of the hill.
You good, Mace?
There's some more. That's 7 or 8 turkeys.
There'll be groups of 50 to 200 turkeys at certain times of the year.
Really?
There's a Facebook page called Tennessee Deer Hunters, and it's a closed group, so they have to allow you to be a member. But it's amazing the number and size of the deer that they are posting on that every day. And it's cool. There are women, there are kids, and there's a lot of veteran hunters too. But There's some big deer being killed in Tennessee, and it makes you think as many as are showing up, we're gonna run out. But it's pretty cool to watch.
Well, that was a real nice one that your neighbor got. Was it open a weekend?
Yeah, it was actually youth weekend, so you're able to archery hunt before then, and so he was there youth weekend. And Mason and I had seen that buck when we were hunting with a crossbow, but he was at 100 yards and couldn't get a shot on him. So we were glad he got it. It was his first deer, and it'd be a great one. It's bigger than anything his daddy's ever killed. We're putting this stand in what we call the wagon wheel stand. There's a stand right there in that tree, and we've got wagon spokes coming out with a couple of food plots and then cut into this thick brush. This entire farm was in thick brush like you see all around you, and we've gradually started cleaning that up, but we want to leave a ton of it because most of the farms around are just open pasture. And we want to have the bedding area, so I'm trying to add the food, and we got plenty of water with all the ponds and little creeks.
And how many acres you got in here?
There are a little over 300 on this side of the road, and on the other side there's about 180.
Well, almost 500 acres you can hunt on.
And the Lord has really worked all that out. If you'd asked us, a few years ago if we'd have had, acreage in Tennessee, we'd have said no, but God worked things out. It's really cool. We're thankful. Okay. Okay. The floor goes in last. It's a piece of plywood that they put carpet on, but it kind of squares it up when you put it in the bottom. So you do it last. We're going to put it in the top now. We will. This will help square it up. Got too bad shoulder. See if we can square it up a little bit. So we'll go this way.
I didn't do anything.
We did it the other way the other time. We put the corner in right there and dropped it that way, but he's doing it the smart way.
Oh, yeah.
Not double.
All right. Cool.
So then peel your screen off. Peel that off and
Still not down in there.
okay. You good?
Yes, sir.
Is it firm there in the middle?
Yes, sir.
The good thing about these windows is they're really, really quiet. I mean, if you're in the blind, hang on, Mason, hang on a second. You just flip that switch and just lower it. So you put your gun up and deer can't hear that.
Yeah, that's nice. So today is I've done work. Mason's gonna do homeschool. We're working on the farm. Whitney has a play. Mason has a basketball game, and it's good. There's a lot going on. All right, you're good. What you think, Mason?
That's pretty cool.
All right, so you're gonna side it in?
He's gonna cut down bushes so we can see.
Mason, you tired?
Yes, sir.
You still sleep, yours? Are you gonna lay down like that and hunt deer?
See ya. I'll cut out holes on the bottom so I can shoot them out of it.
While you laying down, you shoot them?
That's kind of hunting there is.
That's kind of hunting, you're right. That's funny.
I'd bring a big like a big comforter in here. Probably bring Maggie.
Bring your dog, and yeah, cause you couldn't smell the dog, could you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
They didn't put the part in the manual about how to secure it.
Yeah.
We just had the screw holes in the bottom, and they assumed we'll screw it to something firm, but since we don't have that, we kind of had to rig it a little bit.
That's a good idea. That ground's hard, ain't it?
One time I was hitting T-posts and I was hitting it like this, and I came up and it got caught on the top and fell off and whacked me in the head, and it split open my head
Really?
right here and it's bleeding, and also,
Ooh.
yeah, I still have a scar like right there.
It just came off and hit you in the head?
And then it kind of knocked me out, and I fell back, and I had like a split down my head right there.
I'm just glad you're hard-headed, so it didn't hurt too bad.
This is actually going to be long enough. So today we're busy. Tomorrow is going to be raining all day and really windy. So that'll give this stand 2 or 3 days to cool off for the deer to come by and do their thing where they try to figure out what it is. But we got some hunters coming in town, so hopefully they'll have some good luck here. Got wagon wheel, several places of shooting lanes.
Yeah, you can shoot down. You got a lane down that way. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and you got
a
it.
lane to the south, which we have planted with food plot.
Okay.
We got a lane to the, that's a lane to the north. Then we're going to the southeast, to the south, to the southwest. There are a couple of good scrapes over here in the trees. And this was a stand we originally put up, but that 2-man stand is just too open to the wind.
Yeah.
And you can practice great scent protection and everything, but sometimes they're just gonna get you.
So that's why you call it a wagon wheel?
Right. And I had a consultant come and he told me to wagon wheel it and to cut strips every 4 years. So what I cut this year, I won't cut again for 4 years. I'll cut this next year, cut that next year. That way you always got 4 different stages of different type of growth, different food for different deer.
That's a good idea.
Not different deer, but different food for them.
Right, right.
So we'll try and stick to that.
Good job. Mason, have fun?
Hop in there.
Hop in here. Here, you.
Here, come again.
Can I wear my shoes in here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Panhandle Outdoors up here in Tennessee. Now this is really nice. It's warm and this is cool. Sit a chair right here. I like this.
Yes, sir.
Cool. It rolls it back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times they brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 6:24 to 8:24 this morning, and tonight 6:47 to 8:47. Talking about those ground blinds, I think the more that you and I the hunt out of ground blinds, better off we all are, although we still climb some. But you see how nice that one is. It's fascinating how the technology has moved on up there, but that's really a good weatherproof one. And it's a one-man one. They make all different sizes and all. I know y'all have seen some and all. I mean, you could even put a little platform and sit up on a little platform 4 or 5 foot if you needed to. But anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that. Real simple, put together, little wing nuts and all, and closing those windows and all. But now they're really good for cold weather. They're not going to be good for warm weather, fall kind of a hunting. I was going to give you, I had a whole list last night put together of a late fall outdoor report, because we're in the last stages of fall. We have winter coming up in about 3 weeks, the official winter time coming up on December 20th, the equinox. But late fall is a special time in the outdoors, and I'm making a list of checking things off, and I'll start on. I've got a couple of minutes, but a flounder, a report on late fall flounder. We went the other night. I went with Jeff and Chris Carroll. They came down, and we went out to the state park and went all over St. Andrew Bay. Didn't get all that many. We sort of on the tail. We talked about it. We stayed there about 5 hours. We talked about it. We sort of on the tail end, of course, of the flounder coming on out. But interesting. I'm gonna maybe talk about it tomorrow about how we have Gulf flounder and bay flounder, how they interact with each other and all. But flounder, we're on the tail end of it. So if some hardcore guys, they'll go on into December for a week or two, but it's not going to be very productive right now as much as it was just a couple of weeks ago. So be aware of that. And also I wrote down on mullet. We're again on the tail end of the mullet. Mullet and flounder are going to have about the same schedule as far as getting out of the bay system and all. And the mullet report has been a little bit on the slow side as far as a lot of people getting a lot of mullet. There've been some folks, the old timers who always get their share, but not a lot of mullet this year compared to what we have in years past. We'll finish this report up tomorrow. We're going to talk about all the other things going on in late fall in the Panhandle Outdoors. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. As always, ask you to do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day, enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.